All right, welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're really going to dive deep
Okay.
into the psychology of trading,
Interesting.
and I've got some really cool source material here that I want to go through with you today.
Okay, sounds good.
And it basically says that trading's not so much about numbers as much as it's about conquering yourself.
Mm.
We're going to explore why. Looking at four things: discipline, emotions, ego, and willpower.
Okay.
So get ready. This is like a mental training program
Mm-hmm.
to prep you for the market's ultimate test. What do you think?
I like that. So many times people just focus on the technical analysis, charts, trends, and that type of thing. But if you neglect this whole psychological aspects, it's like building a house on sand. You
Yeah.
need that foundation.
Yeah, no, that's a great analogy. Yeah, you got to have a good foundation.
Mm.
So let's start with that foundation. Let's start with discipline. Your source material says that trading is a stress test on your discipline.
Mm.
Why is discipline so important in trading?
Well, you got to think about it. You're constantly bombarded with news, rumors, fluctuations, all designed to kind of trigger an emotional response. That's really what the market does. So discipline is what allows you to stick to your predetermined strategies
Right.
to cut through all that noise.
So like when a stock is skyrocketing
Yeah.
and you have that fear of missing out,
Yes.
that FOMO everybody's talking about,
Okay.
how do you avoid jumping in without, doing your analysis
Yeah.
and really thinking it through?
Well, that's where something like stop loss limits can really come in handy.
Okay.
So that's a price point where you automatically exit a trade. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Gotcha.
Your emotions are taken out of it.
Right.
So you avoid, those emotional decisions that can really cost you.
So you're taking the emotion out of it by having that stop loss limit.
Yeah, you're setting boundaries.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay.
It's like a safety net.
Yeah.
Keeps you from falling too far.
Okay. So we're talking about, keeping disciplined
Yeah.
so that emotions don't take over. And we all know trading can be a very emotional roller coaster. So how do we stay calm and make those good trades when everything's going crazy?
Yeah. And your source material really highlights that roller coaster. The key is not letting emotions make your decisions.
Okay.
Emotions themselves aren't bad.
Right.
Fear, greed, hope,
Right.
all part of the game.
Hmm.
But they can't be driving the bus.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Fear might make you sell too early.
Mm-hmm.
Greed might make you chase unrealistic gains.
Mm-hmm.
And hope can be a real killer.
Really?
It can make you hold on to a losing trade way too long.
So it's not about being like a robot, like emotionless. It's about recognizing how your emotions affect your judgment.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary emotion.
Oh, that's good.
It's like that old
That's
saying.
really good. Yeah.
One of the biggest pitfalls I see is traders getting caught up in the herd mentality.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
You see a stock surging, everybody's jumping in. And you get caught up in that frenzy without even really thinking, is this the right decision for me?
Yeah, and that's where the discipline comes in,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Not getting caught up with everybody else.
And the emotional control.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about ego. When a trade goes bad
Yeah.
and you just want to blame it on anything but yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've been there, I'll blame it on, my internet connection.
Right.
Or even like Mercury retrograde. If you ever done that, blame someone else.
Oh, yeah. Early in my career, definitely.
Yeah.
I held on to a losing position for way too long because I was convinced I was right and the market was wrong.
Oh,
My ego just wouldn't let me accept that loss, and it cost me.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
So it's a learning experience.
Big time.
Yeah.
And what I learned from that is recognizing your mistakes. That's key.
So the market's kind of like holding up a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
forcing you to confront those weaknesses
Yeah.
and your biases.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. Ego can really prevent you from growing and learning.
So it's about being humble then.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta humble yourself. You gotta accept you're gonna be wrong sometimes. And have the courage to change your approach.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about discipline, we've talked about emotions, ego. The last thing I want to hit on is willpower.
Okay.
Your source material says willpower is like the key to passing these psychological tests that the market throws at you. What do you think about that?
Willpower is what keeps you going when things get tough.
Yeah.
It's that drive to do the research, to develop the strategies, and to stick to your plan even when you just want to quit. It's like resisting that extra slice of cake.
Oh, I know about that one.
short-term temptation versus your long-term goals. And trading is full of dilemmas just like that.
So willpower keeps you focused on the long game, and it keeps you from making rash decisions, right?
Exactly. And what's really fascinating is these 4 things we're talking about: discipline, emotions, ego, and willpower. They're not isolated. They're all interconnected.
Really?
Yeah, strong discipline can help you manage those emotions. That, in turn, protects your ego, and that strengthens your willpower.
So it's like this positive feedback loop.
Absolutely. It's an ecosystem.
Wow.
I really like for traders to keep a journal, a trading journal.
Okay.
Not only track your trades, but track your emotional state before, during, after each trade.
Wow.
Really helps you identify those triggers that lead to those impulsive actions and those bad decisions.
That's all about self-awareness then.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So we've covered a lot today. Discipline, emotions, ego, willpower, the mental tools for trading.
Yeah.
But here's a question for you all listening. How can you take what we've learned and start using it in your life, even outside of trading?
That's a great question, because these skills, they apply to everything. Relationships, careers. Life is a series of tests.
Yes.
Mental resilience is the key to passing them.
I like that. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll see you next time.